Plan today is to try and get to Israel. I'm a little bit nervous getting back onto the road. It's been a while with my friends indoors, playing games, drinking chai, smoking shisha. But it's time to keep moving. They've gone on their journeys and I'm continuing on mine. Palestine, yeah.
Here,
I like Palestine.
we will go to Israel.
Yeah, they tell me.
Israel, tell them Israel. From where you are?
And I'm in London.
In London? Welcome, British.
I hear you want to go now to Israel,
Palestine.
to Palestine, to Israel. You can see the news, you can see the people, 10-year, 9-year, 15-year kids, he kill it in the street. Even your country, he doesn't say this is Palestine for the Palestinian people.
Every child that's been born in Jerusalem, they haven't really had any say of what their fathers and their grandfathers have done. What do you think about the children from the Israeli community?
Israeli people, he doesn't use his brain. Israeli people just no. Come here, sit down.
No, Israel, Arab the country.
No,
Sit down with the real people, with the real Palestinian people.
Yes. Do you think they can be friends, the Palestinians and
Yes,
the Israelis?
when the Israeli people, he using the brain.
Listen, and they listen to each other.
And he listen for the people.
Yes.
Doesn't sing for thief.
Bye-bye.
So still trying to find the bus to the south terminal, apparently called Merj al Hammam. My friend hopefully can show us the way, but he doesn't know either. It's funny. Whenever I tell people I'm going to Palestine, they're very convinced that I can't get there from here. I try and convince them that I can do hitchhiking, but it doesn't seem to mean anything. There you go, wow. That bus just kept going towards the spot I was aiming for. Very lucky. Really slow moving road. Seems like there'll be little stopping places as well. Maybe not the best place to start, and I'm not convinced they even know what I mean, but hey, it's a road.
Abu Ali.
He find me on the road. I hitchhike. Tamam. How are you? Stopped for me, welcomed me to his family, and his brother just went and found me another lift all the way to the border. Okay, so far so good. Got through the Jordan side with perhaps a 30-minute wait. Only about an hour wait in the end, but now I've got to get cash out from this strange looking ATM to pay for a bus to Jerusalem. I don't really want to risk hitchhiking down this road, I told them I'd go straight to Jerusalem. My goodness, the walls of Jerusalem. Actually a bit more emotional than I expected. I can't quite believe I've come this far from France, the actual route of the Crusades. People climbed across the mountains, hiked across the wilderness, boated across the oceans, and they came here. For what? Like, it's pretty damn cool to be fair, but that's special to sacrifice a year of your life to travel here? To fight for your religion in a place that you don't really belong? Wow. Right, good morning from Jerusalem. This is a slightly disappointing park, to be honest. I was expecting a bit more grass. It's just pretty much shrubland. I was hoping that maybe once I saw the lush vegetation on the map that it would mean we're back in the European level of forestry, but no, still very much the desert. And quite unfortunately, it's actually supported by a lot of this drip irrigation, which a sign over there was saying they pump full of fertilizer. Nonetheless, this looks pretty cool. I think it's called the Monastery of the Cross. So not really sure what religion to expect from it, but this is a beautiful looking entrance. Look how low it is. This is kind of a joke, but yeah, let's see what it's got to offer. Echoes so beautifully. It's the site on which was planted the tree from which the cross was constructed. Gotta say, I'm really torn what to think of this place. I mean, it's clearly steeped in history. The buildings and the trees are ancient, but the the people don't seem to quite fit. I mean, I've got this Jewish family behind me and they're speaking perfect English with a slightly American accent, and then there are these big wealthy skyscrapers all around, apartment blocks and lots of new builds. It just doesn't quite fit with the Arab world I've come through for so long now, and knowing I'm going back into the Arab world very shortly. It's a strange little bubble of Western. They're claiming this is their land because it was taken from them, but where do you draw the line, right? The Palestinians that were living here would say the exact same thing, just it would be in their lifetime. I love this one as well. You can see the emotion in his face. Like the same emotion I see with the Arabs. They're crying, they're screaming after something, they're feeling some resonance. It's not different to Islam. It really strikes me how similar Judaism and Islam are. I know there's lots of tension, but they really seem to have similar ideas. They believe in one God, they believe in the same Moses.
Abraham from year 2 sons, Isaac and Ishmael. But a lot of from Islam came much later, like in the 6th century. But a lot of the tenets of Islam are taken from Judaism.
They are, exactly,
And we're all like one, it really is. When Jews wanted to leave Germany, they had nowhere to go.
Crazy story, right? And so when was it that Israel was established again? 1960 something?
No. In 47, the UN,
Yes.
they had a partition plan.
Okay.
But they said there should be a Jewish state and an Arab state.
Yes.
And they partitioned the country.
West Bank and...
No, it was even more than the West Bank. The West Bank, Jerusalem was like partition. So the first time the Jews said, well, we'll accept it. The Arabs didn't accept it.
The Arabs didn't, so that's
now,
when
if you ask any, and this is quite sad, if you ask any Palestinian or any Arab, they won't say we just want the West Bank or we want the whole of Israel.
They do.
So then what happens to the Jews living there? It's the prayer from the Shema.
Interesting, wow. And it's called a mezuzah.
Mezuzah.
Wow.
Snow.
Yeah, super pristine still at this point. Look how clean it is. Jewish quarter, and right here is a mosque. One of those things the guy was saying Jewish people put on the outside of their house, but it's clearly a door to the mosque. And there was a sign on the other side calling it a synagogue. Like built on top of the streets, these archways and little narrow corridors.
The closest remnant that we have of the Holy Temple. We don't have anything else. So we want to feel a connection. The more
Okay, so apparently we put the prayer in the wall and then hopefully it comes true. Wow, even playing backgammon. This is the Arab Market Street. Here we go, hearing lots more Arabic, seeing more headscarves, and that's the call to prayer. So I guess we must be in the Arab Quarter. This one's called the Garden Tomb, apparently where Jesus was buried and raised from the dead. Wow, it smells beautiful. Lots of flowers on the way in there, little orange dovetail shaped ones. Some ancient olive trees as well. Cool. There's a queue to go into this cave, so I guess that means it must be the resurrection site. Full Christian vibes here.
Thanks so much.
Don't worry.
Thank you.
So when they found it, this side was...
It does feel very strange here. This resonance is like a strange frequency. Like, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'll show you when I stop making the noise. Like, it echoes for a while. I wonder how much of the significance is just because of the stories they tell about the place. I wonder if I just walked in here it would feel unusual. If I didn't know what it was, or what it supposedly was. But yeah, it feels heavy. It feels like a emotional weight, maybe just the people coming in here again and again. Like that wall, like the wall the Jews were worshipping. Like Soleimani Mosque in Turkey, there are some places which just seem to have a heaviness to them.
So we would sing it one more time. And I went to the altar because it seemed like every sermon he preached, he had watched my life during the week. But I began to understand that this wasn't about me, this wasn't about my performance during the week. This wasn't about whether I had been a good boy or not a good boy during the week. This was about something Jesus had done for me on the cross. And I said yes. We have not done a good job sometimes of really preaching how central the resurrection is to our faith. Oftentimes, we've kind of done away with the need for the resurrection in the way that we talk about death and heaven.
Well, okay, I really did not expect that. Stumbled across a little Christian sermon and hit some nerves, to be honest. It made me feel quite at home. I grew up listening to sermons of that nature, but yeah, the preacher had a lot of emotion to share. It doesn't get more poignant than that, coming out of possibly the holiest place for Christians, and there's a Muslim praying to Allah around the corner from the most holy place in Jerusalem, as the rabbi was telling me. Wow, bam, and out of nowhere, right back in the middle of an Orthodox Jewish neighborhood. It was probably 5-minute walk from the resurrection tomb place, and then yeah, back in hardcore Judaism. It's just a patchwork of cultures, this city. Patchwork of religions and sacred places. Did not expect to see that. Authentic Jewry always opposed Zionism and the existence of the State of Israel. We pray for the speedy and peacefully total dismantlement of the State of Israel. Wow. Some sort of Ethiopian synagogue. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Shoes? لا تمام. شكرا. Shoes off. Must be Islam.
This is called the Orthodox. Orthodox means, the straight way. So, Catholic and Catholic split it from Orthodox too. So, in the beginning there was only one Christianity. There wasn't multiple. But then everybody started saying, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with this. But Orthodox remained saying that this was what was there, we're not going to change this. But the Protestants, they were like 60 something, but they cut out the rest. But like Christianity is Orthodox. It's not really Bible, it's just like books that were written by all.
Wow. Ethiopian Orthodox. and they just welcomed me. You know, usually I get slightly dirty looks for going into places of worship, and the guys in orange were monks. They, you know, little glance, no reaction, like it's nothing. You know, they didn't care about my poor dress code. They shared their culture. Those big sticks, apparently they do 5 to 6 hour prayers, so you need the stick just to stay standing. Wow.